It's time to uncover the most outrageous and idiotic content of the digital realm. We're about to embark on a journey of unintentional hilarity. Online handles have been changed to protect the stupid. It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Bad at Math 570 writes, I refuse to believe 2004 was 30 years ago. It was 10 years ago to me. Always check the date says, just saw these again at the grocery store. So I finally asked the manager if they had any apples that weren't bad. Turns out green apples are a real thing, not apples that have expired.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Idiom Idiot 92 writes, wouldn't change it for the world, but once you move or cough, you are playing Rush and Roulette. Maybe it's time to move, says Missouri Loves Company.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Gotta call Jenny 04 writes, just got back from the doctors, y'all. Wasn't pregnant, I'm just fat. And Smarter Than Average 86 says, I can almost always tell when a movie uses fake dinosaur.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Have you noticed how many spin-offs there are on TV? Hey, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. There's Law & Order. Law & Order SUV. Now Law & Order Organized Crime, and there's a couple of Law & Orders that are gone, including the original. Chicago's got a themed set of shows about fire, med, cops. I'm waiting for Chicago DPW. And of course, CSI has seemingly had a show for every major city in America, but they're not done.
From the makers of all the other CSIs comes CSI Public Park. Catherine and Bo intervene when tempers flare after Tai Chi for Seniors books the gazebo at the same time as Mom Yoga. Gus makes two D-bags playing ultimate frisbee.
Party's over, dude.
Put on their shirts, and Christopher busts a graffiti ring defacing the blacktop.
But it's hopscotch, mister.
Tell it to the judge, kid.
That's tonight on CSI Public Park.
Rain all weekend at Daytona. Moved the Daytona 500 Monday, but for William Byron, it was definitely worth the wait. Now, the goal was obvious. Put the number 24 Chevrolet in victory lane for the 2024 Daytona 500, launching Hendrick Motorsports' 40th anniversary season. Mission accomplished, even if Byron had to complete an agonizing final lap under caution around Daytona International Speedway, awaiting the winner to be declared. Did we win it? Did we win it? He kept asking over his radio. Now, William Byron was already a superstar, according to Jeff Gordon, himself a three-time Daytona 500 winner in the number 24 Chevrolet and the Hendrick vice chairman. He said, he just went to another level of being a superstar. I wasn't driving the car, but I felt like I was making every lap out there with them. We're going to celebrate. This is a huge win, end quote from Jeff Gordon. Now, Byron, who never finished higher than 21st at the Daytona 500, is a self-taught racer who used computer equipment to hone his skills. I'm talking video games here.
I can't believe it, man. This is incredible. I had a much different background than anybody in the sport. Growing up racing on iRacing on the computer, and to make it to the Daytona 500 and win the race is pretty amazing. So honestly, it hasn't really sunk in. It's the craziest race. We're 2 and 3 wide all day. It takes everything you have, so pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an inspiring story, and it tells me if I play more Madden on my Xbox, I can quarterback the Los Angeles Rams to a Super Bowl victory. No, honey, I'm not messing around. I'm practicing. Details, watch every James Bond movie. Kevin Costner's divorce is finalized. She gets his money from baseball hat movies. He gets his money from cowboy hat movies.
Life ain't easy, especially if you're like Prospector.
Why is he such a jerk to everybody?
He struggles in his day-to-day encounters and often ends up asking himself, am I a jerk? On Rock 107.
I got to be honest, I thought I was going okay. I thought I was doing it right. I thought I was being a good guy. I took my wife out to dinner for Valentine's Day, and I paid for it with a gift card she got me for Christmas. I didn't think much of it. We had a very nice dinner, enjoyed our time. I was telling my friend Mike the next day about it. I'm like, yeah, we went out, blah, 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 blah. And I got to I said, yeah, and I used this gift card she got me for Christmas. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't do that. What are you doing, you cheapskate? You look like a jerk. I'm like, nobody even thought about it. It's no big deal. So, my friend Mike says it does. I say it doesn't. Using the gift card my wife got me for Christmas to pay for Valentine's Day dinner, does that make me a jerk? Ed, checking in on Facebook.com/Angry Prospector says it makes you look cheap. I don't know about a jerk, but cheap. Ashley says not at all. No jerk here. All that would be, I would do the same thing, but I probably would have used a coupon too. Am I a jerk?
Prospector, you're not a jerk. For someone to use their own personal gift card to share it with someone is a great move.
That's what I thought. I'm sharing my gift that she gave me with her. Mike says, yeah, you're a jerk. Cash is king. And AR says, no, not a jerk. It's a sacrifice. Something that was meant for you that you then shared with her. Am I a jerk?
It depends. You asked your wife to buy you the gift certificate to this place.
Yes.
Did you buy it in anticipation of taking her for Valentine's Day to this place?
No.
Well, then you're not a jerk.
But if I did, then I would be, right? Because that's too much planning.
Yes, you would.
Rock 107, what do you think? Am I a jerk?
I think you're the complete opposite of a jerk.
Yeah?
That was your gift certificate given to you. You chose to spend it on your wife instead of yourself. That's very, I think that's very nice on Valentine's.
I'm a thoughtful individual, for crying out loud. Kristen says, no, you're not a jerk. If you're married, your finances are basically shared anyway, so what's the difference? And Ruth says, yeah, it's almost like taking her to Friendly's at 4 p.m. What's wrong with Friendly's at 4 o'clock? Am I a jerk?
About that gift card, when she bought it for you, she had to know that you were going to take her there, and she still bought it. Or she was trying to catch you running around with somebody else. I don't know which, but I don't think you're a jerk at all.
All right, I'm not a jerk, and she wasn't trying to catch me, nor am I running around with somebody else. Ryan says, no, you're not a jerk. You could have used it on yourself, but you chose to use it on the two of you and spend some quality time with her. You're fine. In the question today of, am I a jerk for taking my wife out to dinner for Valentine's Day and paying for it with a gift card she bought me for Christmas? The answer is no, I am not a jerk.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A guy in Nebraska was cleaning out his glove box and found an old unscratched lottery ticket for a game called Trucks and Bucks. He scratched it off and won the grand prize, a new Ford F-150 pickup. He'd been driving around with that ticket in the glove box for months. Oh, and they also took care of the taxes, so the full thing was valued at $81,000.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
If you love watching movies on the big screen, you may want to bring some Lysol to the theaters. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. Every time you go to a theater, it's a battle between enjoying the film and fighting off a bacterial invasion. Movie producers are out there trying to put more butts in the seats, and not surprisingly, those butts aren't always clean. The average seat in a movie theater has 1,864 colonies of bacteria. I don't know about you, but I don't need any microbial community on my backside while I'm trying to watch a superhero save the world. And get this, that's 14 times more bacteria than your average toilet seat. Toilet seats are cleaner than movie theater seats. I never thought I'd say that. And thanks to the latest handful of Marvel movies, there's just as much fecal matter coming off the screen. But look, it gets better. Or should I say worse? The real cesspool of nastiness in a movie theater, it's not where you're putting your butt. It's where you're putting your cup. Cup holders, those seemingly innocent little devices, have more than the toilet seats and more than the movie theater seats. They've got an average of 2,396 colonies of bacteria, or 18 times more than a toilet seat. Who's putting their cups in there? Do people think they're at a microbiology lab and not a movie? Hey, honey, pass me the popcorn and the hand sanitizer. This cup holder's a biohazard. Look, the good news is most of the bacteria they found is apparently harmless. Not the kind of thing that's going to have you calling in sick the next day. But come on, I don't want my immune system doing cardio every time I watch a movie. And they try to make you feel better by saying, look, it's not really that bad. Your average kitchen sponge is grosser than that. Really? I don't know about you, but I don't eat off my kitchen sponge. But I do sit in a movie theater seat, place a way too big soda in the cup holder, and start downing Junior Mints and popcorn like it's my job. Maybe we ought to start bringing our own portable hazmat suit to the theater. Next time you're at the movies, remember, you're not just watching a film, you're also participating in a bacterial marathon. But I mean, if this means they're going to start making me wear pants at the theater, I'll just stay home and watch Netflix.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
If you just got out of prison, you might want to ride home in style. And not just one Corvette will do the trick. This person needed like 10 Corvettes. A 23-year-old man from Oklahoma named Isaiah Walker was arrested after he stole a semi-truck from a truck stop in Arizona. He assaulted the driver and drove off with the semi, which was hauling 10 Chevrolet C8 Corvettes worth over $1.25 million. When police tracked Isaiah down, he initially refused to pull over, but they eventually got him to stop and he was taken into custody. When asked why he stole the truck, he claimed it had nothing to do with the Corvettes. He was just released from prison and needed a ride home. He was charged with 11 counts of felony theft.
Nominee number 2.
You would think this guy would know better. A former candidate for county sheriff and retired police officer, 55-year-old Jeffrey Bishop's life took a dramatic turn when he decided to supplement his income. What did he do? Well, it wasn't your typical retired cop stuff. No, this seasoned officer decided to spice up his retirement with a side of drug dealing and gun thievery. He's accused of giving opioids to a teenage girl in a high school parking lot, and a search of his home turned up a treasure trove of stolen guns. During sentencing, Bishop went for the classic very humble, broken man defense, expressing remorse for his not-so-law-abiding retirement plan. But he wasn't pleased with the plea agreement either. Apparently, he thought being a former law enforcer meant he should get a lighter sentence. The judge deemed the recommended sentence appropriate and sentenced Bishop to 4 years in jail.
And the winner is
the cop who was arrested for selling drugs to kids at a school out of his police cruiser. You are the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107.